I work with young people. So major, I don't really see myself as an entrepreneur or as a social entrepreneur. Like, so I have like, I work with young people for the past 3 months. I give out trainings for free. Yes, I know you have. But you know, it's about creating value. But you discover that sometimes like in the Nigerian economy, many young people, like sometimes when you tell them, okay, come for this particular program or training, and they're like, I pay you money. And once the money comes in, they're like, okay, I'm not coming. But you know they need this thing. Like for instance, every week, like I hold a goal setting workshop for young people in secondary schools. I go around doing all those things. Like, and in 2 weeks time, we're going to be having a program for young people in secondary school. And all these things, they are from my pocket. I'm not working, but you get gifts from people, like, and then you go around fundraising, trying to make sure package the program together. So the reason why I'm asking this question is, I was fortunate to meet with Femi Akunde of Fast Launch, and I shared some of my ideas with him, and he was like, you have a brilliant idea, like we talked about so many things. Then the next thing he just asked me is, Joshua, how do you want to make money from this idea? And I said, I don't know, because basically I just want to create value, not just about the money. And there are so many companies abroad, organizations abroad. I don't know how to get the money, but they just have that money. So I'm wondering, in Nigeria.
Joshua, one question for you. Okay, are you trying to set it up as a business or as a charity NGO?
As an NGO.
Okay, good.
So
you've answered your question. I think even though you're an NGO, nothing stops you from making money actually. Because at the end of the day, as an NGO, what you're meant to do with all the cash proceeds that come in maybe as income is to spend back. I mean, is to reinvest in the program. And I think for you as well, the way you assess your value is based on the impact you've created over a period of time. So I think your business model is a little bit different. And of course, I think one of the most valuable thing you can do is start talking to people that are, at least people that are renowned or pretty much in the social enterprise space. For example, one person that comes to mind is Benga Chesson. He has been doing it for, I don't know, maybe for 10 or 12 years. His organization is self-sustaining and they're doing quite well. So I guess the kind of help or the kind of direction you need to be really talking to social entrepreneurs that, they've been around for quite a bit and really understand what they're doing. Because there are grants that you can access. And of course, when you're talking around fundraising, a lot of people that you should be talking to, maybe just open their network to you. But before they open their network to you, you need to build a relationship first. You know, or personally, I'm not sure I'll be able to offer NGO lives.
I have an NGO. NGOs are worth starting because you have to do the same amount of work, and it's harder to get money. Because if you go to someone and say, look, give me money for my NGO, and there's no return, then they're asking you, okay, this money I'm giving you, what is it being used for? How am I sure it's meant to be used for? So you still have to do that same amount of work. And like David said, NGOs are allowed to keep 15%. So when you say you don't want to make money, you have to make money to keep the NGO going. So what happens now in the world happening is, if you're an NGO and you're seen to be just collecting money and money, there's something called donor fatigue. Because they believe that you're not able to sustain the process that you're doing. So what NGOs tend to do now is they get some money, they invest some money, and they find some way to not make tremendous profit, but be able to cover the costs. I mean, so what you're doing has some value, but you find out that you need to have the back room to actually be able to document what you're doing, to do a business analysis, you still have to do a business plan, you still need to show some reports, you need to show what social impact you're doing. And then you're still going to still have to have that entrepreneurial.
So the other thing, just to add to that, an NGO is a business, by the way. So don't be confused about that. You are an entrepreneur for sure. Even if you are a social entrepreneur. So the same business elements apply to you as an NGO as well. What's also key about the comments that I made earlier is it's also important for you to register yourself and declare yourself as a social entrepreneur. Why? Because from a government perspective, there's tax breaks to becoming an NGO. So there's a tax benefit to doing that. So as you essentially receive donor funds, you're not taxed at the same rate as a classic entrepreneur, commercial entrepreneur, so to speak. You also, once you're on NGO databases, there are specific other big brother donor and funders or funding agencies across the world. You can talk about the USAIDs, you can talk about EU funding, and so on and so forth. You look for NGOs within specific localities that can partner with them or that they can partner with in order to access certain markets. So if you already have a footprint within the area within which you operate in, it will pay you to actually make yourself visible so that those people that actually have big coffers and big funds and can reduce some of the overhead of trying to find money and beg, borrow, and steal, or short of stealing, sorry, for keeping your enterprise, your social enterprise sustainable, they can actually come to you because of the type of work that you're doing. So I think don't disregard the aspect of having to think of yourself as a business, even though you're a social enterprise.